Macmillan Audio presents Texas Flood. Written and read for you by Alan Paul, Andy Aledort, Chris Layton, Denny Freeman, Jack Newhouse, Joe Priesnitz, Tommy Shannon, Reese Wynans, Greg Littlefield, Leon Nixon, and Leslie Ligon.
Before you begin this audiobook, Alan and myself would like to extend our thanks to those friends and fellow artists who knew and worked with Stevie Ray Vaughan and who have contributed their voices to this program. These include Chris Layton, Reese Wynans, Denny Freeman, Jackie Newhouse, Joe Priesnitz, Roddy Colonna, and Tommy Shannon. Thank you for giving your time to our audiobook.
Foreword. 12 years on the clock doesn't seem like a long time at this point in my life, but playing with Stevie Ray Vaughan during that span of time provided me the greatest education I ever could have received, both as a musician and as a person learning to navigate life's many challenges. The intent of what we were doing never changed from the time I joined Stevie in 1978 until his tragic death in 1990. Whether we were jamming in dive bars as a duo or the years on the road in a van with Double Trouble to eventually touring arenas around the world, everything we did as a group was based around Stevie's fierce dedication to always giving it his all. The single-minded devotion we all shared helped to guide us through all of the low points and the dark days. Stevie was a sheer force of desire, seemingly incapable of giving anything less than 100% every time he picked up the guitar. His intent was exactly the same whether he was alone in the back of the bus, sitting with the two of us in a hotel room, on stage at Carnegie Hall, or in front of 115,000 people at the Chicago Blues Festival. The statement was, don't do it unless you are going to do it with everything you've got. That was apparent from the first time I ever saw him play. He always seemed to be emotionally and spiritually in the music right now, which fascinated me. It's what attracted me to him and made me know that I wanted to play with him, period. I'd never played blues before, and Stevie actually liked that. He said, there are a lot of things about you I really admire. Maybe I've got something I can give to you too. I told him I had a feeling that great things could happen if we could work together. Not knowing anything other than that, the thought of it all was exciting. Stevie reached people profoundly because of the feeling and emotion that he communicated. It was something that was truly mystical and baffling. He hooked the listeners and pulled them close. This was something that Tommy and I, and later Reese, understood without discussion. Stevie's untimely death was tragic for me and for many others. Dying in the prime of his life put a stamp in time that can't exist any other way. Something precious and rare was lost. There's an enduring curiosity about what might have been. I too can only wonder what the future would have held. Being involved in the writing of Texas Flood gave me a lot of insight into my own history and the life that we all shared together. I hope this book will give you a deeper understanding of who Stevie was as a person, as an artist, and as a friend. Chris Layton, Double Trouble drummer, Austin, Texas.
Author's note. Alan Paul. Unless otherwise noted, all quotes in this book came from interviews conducted by one or both of us. The only exception are the quotes from Cutter Brandenburg, which were adapted from his memoir, You Can't Stop a Comet, with permission from his son Robert. Texas Flood represents 3 decades of work for 2 writers and musicians who have dedicated our lives to understanding and spreading the gospel of the music we love. Music which has been at the very center of our lives. As important as Stevie Ray Vaughan has been to each of us, we came to his music from slightly different routes. I didn't get Stevie Ray Vaughan when I first heard him because I was a young, dumb blues snob.